This episode of the GR Rideshare Adventure podcast is sponsored by CarStar Impact of Cascade. They are located at 5566 36th Street in Grand Rapids on the corner of Craft and 36th Street, right near the airport. Their telephone number is 616-954-9200. Steve is the manager there. They do a great job. They've worked on Ben's car. If you've heard Gabe on the podcast, they've done work for him. What CarStar Impact of Cascade does is they have an open bay for rideshare drivers. If you have work that needs to get done, call them. They can get you in that day or the next day and get you back on the road to make money. Relax. We'll take it from here.
Welcome to the GR Rideshare Adventures podcast. Rideshare infotainment for the new driver, old driver, and everyone in between.
Hi guys, welcome to the GR Rideshare Adventure podcast. This podcast is sponsored by CarStar Impact of Cascade, located at 5566 36th Street in Grand Rapids. Phone number 954-9200. Thank you so much. We'll talk about them a little bit later in the podcast, but they are the sponsor of this podcast tonight. So I am here with Jesper, who's showing Ben his computer, probably looking at something inappropriate.
I am not.
Samantha.
Hello.
And Benjamin.
I'm really proud. That went really well.
The
ad? Yeah.
Thank you so much. So yeah, anyone that's listening, if you could really share this on any of the groups that you're in, especially the national groups, Larry and Bowling Green, and who else do we got? Anyone that we know outside of Michigan?
Don't you mean especially in the local groups?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like share in your local group wherever you are.
You said national.
National people share in your local groups.
Wow.
There we go.
You on the struggle bus tonight?
No, I did the ad.
Hey, you got the ad, so that's all that matters.
Yeah. So, stories from the past 2 weeks. Obviously, last weekend was Labor Day weekend. I did not drive. You did not drive.
I drove Friday. Horrible.
Okay. Was it horrible?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Labor Day is...
I don't even think I made $20 an hour.
Okay.
It's like $18.
I feel like the holiday weekends are usually... It's sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not.
I was Memorial Day was unusually good this year.
Okay. Yeah, that's not...
It was, yeah.
And then I guess Saturday was even worse for the people who did drive.
Saturday was worse than Friday?
Yeah,
what I
Gabe
heard
said
too,
it was
yeah.
a lot worse.
Oof, that's saying something.
Like Sunday was twice as good for him as Saturday was.
Oh, man.
Like during
That's
the day or
rough.
at
At night.
Oh, wow.
There were a lot of flights.
Okay. All right. So the weekend before, we had the Breakaway Festival, which is is it a rap festival?
It's
Rap. I
EDM.
sound so white.
It's
it is?
EDM and rap.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say, because they have Wiz Khalifa.
Yes, which
He's
is hip-hop rap,
Yeah,
but
hip-hop.
it's mostly EDM.
Okay. Well, I wish it would
What
be.
is with the scarves? Did anybody else notice everybody's wearing a scarf at that damn festival?
Like a...
Like a neck wrap. I don't even know
Like
what
a
they're called.
bandana?
Bandanas, but also like they're long. They're almost like sashes.
Oh, man.
Could it be protection against the sun? It was pretty hot. That
Maybe, but
Yeah.
they were like hippie garb.
I don't know.
I mean, I just know I saw a lot of people in a lot of fun clothing, I will say.
Oh, yeah.
What does
And a
fun
lot
mean?
of, like, this dude had a gold suit.
Yes,
Like-
I saw that.
Like
it was
a pimp?
And,
amazing.
yeah, and it had like he had purple on with it. It's something. And there was a lot of girls with
fishnet.
no clothing on.
Yeah.
Well, that's typical.
to nothing,
And girls
you know.
that should be wearing clothes weren't.
So, what's the definition of a girl who needs to be wearing clothes? Can we get
Don't
that?
do it.
I'm not going to
I am a
answer.
girl that needs to be wearing clothes.
Don't
I'll
do
just
it,
say
man.
it.
Don't do it. It's not worth it.
I got away from the mic.
Yeah. So Breakaway, again, it's just a 2-day festival, Friday and Saturday here in Grand Rapids. It's a mini,
Yep.
what's the festival?
Electric Forest.
Thank you. So that was,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. There are headphones in
I was doing so well.
there are headphones in a ghetto computer over there if you want to listen to the stream. It sounded good, though, from what I heard.
Sounds good.
I had a great Friday and Saturday. Or maybe I didn't
yeah.
drive Friday. I didn't drive Friday. I think I just drove one night. But anyways, like Jesper, I was getting surge rides away from Breakaway. I picked up 2 parties from Breakaway. The rest of them were like $10-11, and I'm going 1.5 miles.
Yeah, I had like 3 that were from Breakaway, and then I was in East Grand Rapids, or I was downtown, and I was still collecting $7-8 surges. No traffic at all.
See, that's where the penny surge is helpful when you're doing 1.5 mile rides, and you're getting an extra $11, which is probably double what the fare would be. So,
I picked somebody up. It was like 8:30, something like that. Was my last pickup from Breakaway Saturday night.
11:30.
Wow.
8:30.
Oh,
8:30, and
I
then
think I had one early and like maybe one in the middle, and that was it.
I had 2 of them at 11 when it ended, and it was a nightmare.
I heard you guys talking.
I'm happy I didn't get into that point.
Well, that was like at the birthday bash, how everyone was like, "No, it's not worth it. I've been in line for like an hour." I'm like, "I'm not going over there.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go to the airport."
I wasn't even intentionally staying away.
That's just how it fell.
Yeah.
That's how it kind of fell for me too.
Like once I took the first one, I just got like 3 or 4 back-to-back rides that were nowhere near it, and then I got called out there one more time, and then I just got rides around it that
I had my Excel filter on most of the night.
Yeah.
It was great.
I think the surge really didn't get any higher at Breakaway than it was where it was downtown. I didn't think it got above or $10 or $11, or maybe it did. I don't know.
Even if it did, it wasn't for long.
Okay.
And that's the thing, I was still collecting $7-8 on the outskirts of downtown. Like that's fine to not deal with the traffic for $2 less.
So worth
any
it.
Day.
So worth it. And that was with your car that used to run?
That was with the second car that used to run.
Oh, the second car. Whoa.
Oh, Peter, don't start talking about the flawless, proper spot. We don't want to hear it.
There's something endearing about Peter. I really like that he's a rule follower because I am.
He had 0 issues, right?
No.
I'm usually a rule follower like Peter. Usually.
Yeah. Until this weekend.
Until somebody took like 9 people, I thought I heard.
Yeah, somebody sat down in between the bucket seats and hung out.
Anyways.
Yes.
So before I get into our little spiel about our stuff, I forgot to mention we are doing a giveaway tonight. So hashtag CarStar. We're going to shoot for a 10:15 giveaway. A reminder at 10:10, hashtag CarStar. Either if you're in local market, we're going to do a wash bucket, all the cleaning stuff. If you're out of market, we will be doing a
gift card.
gift card.
Auto parts.
Yes. So.
Not us, but CarStar.
Yes. Thank you to our sponsor. All you need to do to enter that contest is comment hashtag CarStar.
And you can't, if you've already won, you can't win.
You can't win again.
Wanda. So, interesting enough, we talked earlier about us complaining about the traffic, and we use an app called Telegram, and we have a group chat that we were talking about before we started the podcast that gets a little mature audience.
Especially in the evening.
Especially in the overnight hours. But just, we want people to get in there and, we do talk about rideshare, but sometimes spam and cooking. Spam, I mean the food, not the actual spam that you get in your email.
Occasionally cats,
runaway pets. Anyways, so all the links that I talk about are in the description. You can click on that, download the app, click on that, and we will welcome you in there. The newsletter...
Crickets.
Oh.
Wow.
We were doing chicken. Who was going to say anything? So
the latest version is not out yet.
Yeah, but in the description is the last month. It's just September, guys. Relax. And my trigger word. And you can click on that, read about Aaron, and you can sign up for the newsletter. We usually highlight somebody and kind of just talk about different things.
Wisner rents canoes. That was for you, Aaron.
Yeah. No, I got it.
I didn't. That's why
I
was
understood
waiting.
it. Yeah. No, because Aaron's family has a canoe company that
okay.
made Ben really happy.
Oh, okay. You guys going to get a room? Need a room? Want a room?
Eventually.
We got to get Aaron in here.
We do.
I know. He rarely is on Telegram, and I don't want to bug him. I'm just like, hey, man.
I did briefly message him once. I just think he has a hard time planning in advance.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, he's busy. He's going to school. I think he teaches tennis or coaches tennis.
Yeah, coaches something.
One of the high schools. But last thing is we need reviews. We have 2 of them. Do you have that picture?
Of course I do.
Okay, so... Oh, crap. I hate bringing up my phone. Actually, you know what? I don't have to.
Would you like me to read it?
Yeah.
All right. We have 2 reviews that came in recently. And we would love it if you would add to this collection. Unicorn Rides says this show This show gives great tips. That's a lot of G's in a row about the rideshare industry, and the hosts, listen to this, have a lot of camaraderie between them.
It's all lies.
But then we hear from somebody who will be unnamed. Very entertaining and helpful knowledge. The Danish one should enunciate better. Bum, bum, bum.
Can you guys guess which is the Danish one?
It's me.
Okay.
Not really.
Ha 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 ha.
It's all for love.
It is.
Right, moving on.
It is well intentioned, Jesper.
You know when Jesper says moving on, it's either late in the podcast and
he's uncomfortable.
Or he's uncomfortable.
No, I'm not.
So we're going to talk about CarStar real quick, and then we're going to bring in Steve for our new segment, Grind My Gears. Now, I talked to Ben. I think Sam knew, and I don't think Jesper knew about what Grind My Gears was and who it was from.
No.
It was from Family Guy. It was one episode. It's very funny. I actually Googled Grind My Gear pictures, and about 7,000 of them came up.
Yeah.
So it's pretty popular. Steve is well, I'll do the ad first. Sorry.
Yes.
So CarStar, we talked about, has been a long sponsor of this podcast. I can say probably that we're going on month 4, I think. And we got 2 more months with them. And they have been exceptionally helpful. They are located out by the airport. Mm-hmm. They're really trying to focus on their detail work. They have an Aquapel treatment that they put on the windows that is amazing. I asked you to get it, but your cars are not getting repaired.
It's so amazing.
It is.
I did watch a guy cleaning a car today while I was there, and it was so thorough.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He was getting down in there.
Right. And the Aquapel lasts about 6 months. It did really well.
I'm on month 6 so far.
I think
No, wait.
I'm due.
I had it done in January, so I'm on month 8.
I think, obviously, if you washed your car every day, I think it would wear out a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
But I do mine about once a week, wash it, and it seems to do okay. But, yeah, his name is Steve. He's the manager there. Is he an owner? A co-owner?
He's the owner.
Okay. And, they actually have a bay just for rideshare drivers. They kind of get you an estimate, and try to get you back on the road as quick as they can. So how was your experience? I know they didn't repair your car, but how was your experience in the estimate /
It was good.
So wait, was that 2 total cars?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
She's not a teetotaler, she's a 2-totaler.
Yes. But no, it was great. They were very communicative with me. They called me, as frequently as they could with updates. And it was, the woman who works the front desk is very helpful, very friendly. It was a good experience.
I think we absolutely need to get a mechanic shop on board. I mean,
Christian
seriously.
Brothers Automotive.
Yeah, I think they're too big.
Yeah, probably.
I think they're too big for us.
Sorry, David.
I mean
a local shop.
You know what? We
It
can
needs to be
try.
a national.
Yeah, we can
try.
National. I mean,
Christian Brothers is national.
Well, so is CarStar, but they're
no.
individually owned.
What about is it Midas?
Meineke?
Yeah, they're pretty. There's tons of shops. I have a couple in mind, so we'll reach out to them. We are
One of the ones you recommended me for my car inspection.
I actually did. One of them is actually a sponsor of another podcast I listen to.
Oh.
So I was like, I try to do that. Irvine's, yeah. I figure we can give you an ad platform that's super cheap. Mm-hmm. I mean, it does not cost a lot to advertise with us. So
Nope.
But yeah, check them out. They are on 36th Street, right near the airport. And let them know that we sent you. So we're going to bring in Steve for Grind My Gears. And this is all kind of a... hopefully it works. I know I'm so worried about it. So he's going to... Basically what's going to happen is he's going to talk. We're going to let him do his thing. And then we're going to have a little discussion of it. And he wants to talk about AB5 in California. And he is from Colorado. Born, I believe, in Lansing. But you guys kind of heard him before when he was on here. So, all right. Ben, how are we doing with him? He's on? Hey, Steve.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
How are you?
Your mic sounds
Good.
amazing.
Awesome.
So why
No feedback on this end. So.
All right, we're going for it. So why don't you just kind of talk about what you want to talk about? What grinds your gears?
Oh my God, so much grinds my gears. So we'll have weeks that won't be so or directed at one state. But right now, I think that every driver in every state needs to be aware of AB5. I've been on this since the beginning, and it is just a absolute nightmare. The California Assembly Bill 5 is what it is. It's also the worker status, independent versus employee. They are inches from passing this thing in California, which is the biggest state for rideshare drivers. It's where rideshare was born in the U.S. And, you know, a year ago, I would have told you, well, who knows? Let's see what happens. But it's going to pass. It is going to pass. And it's a really scary thing. And I've been talking to some California drivers I know, and I'm so glad I don't drive in California because they are so disillusioned with what is going to happen here. They're going off a different standard. They think that the hourly is going to apply. I've talked to people on both sides of the fence. They just say that simply Uber will limit hours. They'll keep you under 35 because at 35 you're full time. At 40 you're overtime. Uber. I was reading this morning something that Uber put out in its driver app in Sacramento. It was sent to me, saying that Uber has been trying to, and I'm not trying to be pro Uber here. They have so many flaws. I mean, you as drivers, me as a driver, Lyft and Uber have a lot of work to do. But Uber's been around now, 11 years? And they've been public for 3 months? 10 years. 10 or 11 years.
I don't know. I was just commenting that I can't believe
I think it's 11. But regardless, they've been public for 3 months, and now all this happens. You know what? We've seen changes in pay as drivers since year one. Or for me, 5+ years driving, I've seen changes since day one for me. Things I didn't like, then things taken away, things brought back, all kinds of things. But Uber's proposing right now a minimum 21 an hour while you are going to pick up or driving people. They're proposing workman's comp, sick leave, couple other things, and it's still being shot down by AB5. They still want everything. They want health insurance. They want to destroy the gig economy. They want to actually take the definition of the gig economy and wreck it.
Yeah, I saw that picture you posted. It was like $21 an hour, and then they were actually offering some sick pay and those kind of things too, right?
Yep. Sick. I'm looking at it right now. They have with 21 an hour when driving with a passenger going to pick them up, including average expenses, providing access to benefits such as paid time off, sick leave, and compensation if you're injured while on the Uber app.
I don't even get sick leave.
No, I mean, this is ridiculous. I'm shocked they're even doing this, but I think they put this out because that's how close it is to passing.
Ooh.
I mean, they're wanting the drivers to know that the drivers who are voicing AB5, and pro AB5, that, hey, listen, we've proposed this, and your people representing you are shooting this down. Because they're not feeding back to the drivers in California and telling them, listen, we've got this on the table. Yeah. They're talking about unionizing. In fact, I saw that the country Peru now unionized Uber today.
Ugh. Really?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a different country. Who knows? I mean, it really doesn't apply to us. But I'm just saying there are changes being made. We've always rolled with the company a bit. If you don't if you want minimum wage and you want health insurance, then go work at Walmart. There are jobs all over California, everywhere. So if all you're looking for is a job with minimum wage and benefits, it's out there and you can get it tomorrow.
You don't even need to go to Walmart for that.
No, my point is I don't even know if you need to go in for an interview.
Right. You could just
so
get
many
the job.
jobs out there. You could just take it. Here in Colorado, we work to make money doing this, and you guys remember it being called the hustle. It's not
Right.
called the hustle that much anymore, but that's what I still consider it. You know, I know when to work, when not to work. I know where to fish. I know where not to go. You know?
Yeah.
I don't need surge maps. I'll take the surge, but I don't need the maps to tell me where to go.
Well, yeah.
That's just comes with being a driver. So don't get hired in and go, you know what, I'm all AB5. I've been doing this 3 months. Because I've talked to a lot of people who haven't driven even a year. If you haven't even done this a year, you shouldn't even be weighing in.
So,
Because
yeah,
you're weighing
they're-
in on something you don't know.
They come in at the low end of the rates and they're like, hey, this sucks. I want to make $30 an hour like back in the day. So they're like, yeah, why not unionize? Why not do this?
Absolutely.
It's gonna kill it.
But it's you know, I think that there's a lot. It's a perfect storm type scenario because I was looking at all the people involved, and we have to remember that with this is a big election year coming up, and you know, when a person is an employee, in addition to their taxes, which are withheld in that case, there are employer taxes, unemployment insurance paid to the state, and the workers pay. You got 2 million drivers in California. Of course, there are assemblymen and women who are going to push for this bill, not because they're for the drivers or give a crap about the drivers. They're doing this because 2 million people, they want on their side of the boat, and they want to pull in all these taxes.
Right. Yeah, I don't know why they think that Uber can afford to pay those people an hourly rate and benefits. Right. I mean, I think we read an article last podcast that said that like their profit was like 20 cents on a like a min fare ride or something like that. So there's not a lot of room there to
well, the only that's going to happen is the rates are going to go up. It's
Right.
going to be more costly for the riders to ride, and then
But then I guess they kind of got where they want them though, the riders, because they can raise the rates. What are they going to do? I mean, people will pay it because they get used to it.
A $6 ride is not paying for your driver to have health insurance.
No,
they can stop the rides, right?
True. But in the end, if they raise the price and if anybody out there thinks that Uber doesn't have 9,000 ways around this already, you're crazy. They have 50,000 lawyers,
right?
So I guarantee they got 9,000 ways around this thing.
Yeah,
it's not going to play out the way that any single person says.
Right.
It's just not. It's the I actually was looking into something in Michigan because my cousin, I'm from there, and my cousin does real estate, and he was saying this. He's like, well, remember what they've done here in Michigan? He's like, they've tried that with realtors. They tried it with the bar industry. They tried to make all the bar industry employees this last year. And I forgot about that they want. I mean, that was going to put some local mom and pop bars out of business.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't. It's a tip industry. And I know we're not a tip industry, but we don't solely rely on the tips like a server or a bartender would, making the $2 and whatever.
Yeah, but it should be a tip industry because the server's making $250, but they're not paying for gas and car maintenance and all that. I mean, $250 is ridiculously low, but it should be a tip industry. Damn it!
Well, no,
I don't want to make $250 an hour. Wait. Most of our rides are $2.52.
Yes,
but it's more than an hour. You know,
generally,
an hour. So.
I mean, sometimes
all I know is there's going to be so many disappointed people who are so disillusioned by this whole thing.
How do people even get that way? Is it just the lack of? Is it ignorance? They just don't understand the basic economics of paying somebody that much.
All they know is that they're going to make, $21 an hour now.
They just see that number.
Yes, and that's it. That's just where it stops.
But that's not even what they want. That's what Uber offered today.
Right.
That's Uber's counter. They want 30. They want health care. They want paid vacation. They want...
Get a real job.
Excuse me?
Get a day job, Ben.
Sorry, a day job. A day job.
I think that's the second time he's been in hot water tonight.
Yes, it's the second one in a row. It was his last time.
Well, let's.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing that Uber sent out that I got something sent to me today that I passed to you, Jason, that literally shows. I mean, they're not really that far off. Negotiate, and even that, like, I'm shocked Uber's willing to even do this.
I mean, the other side of that, though, too, Steve, isn't that? I mean, I would think that if a law like that really passes, and we say it's close to passing, what's going to stop Uber and Lyft, from having a much more rigorous approval process and from kicking drivers off the platform? Because now all of a sudden,
my gosh, caps, done.
I mean,
working both platforms over,
right?
You're not going to be able to work for both.
Yeah, you're going to have to sign a non-compete agreement if you're an employee.
Right.
I mean, you're going to all kinds of things. And who knows that they won't just keep you at 34 hours and never give you another ride the rest of the week.
Right.
Well, again, in that original plan, you didn't get paid for sitting in the airport lot. You only got paid when you had a rider. Right. So no more sitting in the airport lot.
Right.
I mean, why would you do that you're not getting paid, of course, anyways, but I mean...
Yeah, at least if you're moving around town, you're getting a little ride here, a little ride there. You're getting paid something.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah,
as Steve said, they'll find a way around it.
So,
and the thing is like Connecticut, when they did their Bill 989, I really liked that. Now I understand that's kind of a lot to ask, and the general overtone of that, if you guys aren't familiar, it lost by 1 vote.
Ooh.
But it was that Connecticut was going to be 80-20. Uber, Lyft, charge whatever the passengers, whatever you want, but 80% goes to the driver.
Oh, that's not bad.
That would be
so
nice.
Charge away. Don't show heat maps. Nothing. Charge whatever that you want to the passengers. The driver gets 80%. That makes the rideshare companies work for you. And I'm not even saying that was a perfect bill, but that's a hell of a lot better than this thing. This piece of junk is just trash.
Right.
But we're seeing a couple of new startups in the market trying that model, more of a flat fee model.
We actually talk about one tonight in Indiana,
right?
And their fee right now is $25 a month, and which isn't bad.
Right.
No, it's dirt cheap.
$25 a month, and I think there's a small per ride fee as well.
I pay that to Uber every day.
Yeah,
but do they have customers?
Well, that's the thing. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
look what just happened to Trip. It basically was a pyramid scheme.
We don't allow you to swear on this podcast.
You don't get to say that word. Nobody does.
I just did.
Did he say the F-bomb?
No, he said trip. Trippity trip, trip.
I'm like, did I miss an F-bomb? Did we cut each other off? Yeah, I actually I banned the guy from our Facebook group, and then I marked his email as spam. And then on Instagram the other day, I noticed someone else started following us, and it was complete Trip paraphernalia. I'm like, nah, I'm just going to block you right away before you speak. So we're going to wrap up, Steve. I appreciate your chiming in, and thank you so much for that. I think it's going to be fun for you to kind of just, I know you're a thoughtful guy, and I know you really think about all that stuff, and it's interesting to hear, especially someone close to pretty much on the other side of the country.
Yeah,
let's talk about rideshare.
So
for the most part, too, the subjects I've picked out for future are all relative to every state.
Okay,
I mean, they're not going to be so oriented. This is happening right now. And one last thing I'd like to say is that I think that we can all agree that it's not out of the reach that how will Uber pay for this? Potentially from every other state.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it could go national.
Punishing all of us, though, for California's mishap.
Right. Well, and then it's going to happen. The states will fall one by one.
Yeah.
So now Vaughn from YouTube, he says that maybe next time it shouldn't be so much anti-union.
Yeah, I think Vaughn is pro-union, if I had to guess.
I don't necessarily think so.
No, he's been on before. I think.
But,
I'm not dissing on the unions, but gig economy is not a union.
No,
it's not.
It's not a union gig. It's not. It's just not. There's not a place for it. But
All right, Steve.
I'll leave it at that, so I don't go off. Too
Yeah,
long.
check out Steve's website. It's uberlyftdrivers.com. It has a ton of just great articles. and
Yes.
It's a nice, clean website. It doesn't have ads on it. Probably should. But it's really beautiful, and they have nice pictures. I really enjoy going there to get some of our topics that we talk about. So
Search AB5 on it too.
okay, yeah, you definitely
Search
You
AB5.
might
You
find
will
an
find
ad for a union.
people need to read.
All right, Steve. We'll see you in a couple
All right,
weeks.
thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
Man, have
Bye.
a good one.
Let's go over the comments real quick to follow up. Marissa says, let's see. Corporation will likely win out over the drivers in spite of how this goes. Yeah. Vaughn says we need some protections. Vaughn brought up that kicked off platform without due process. I think Vaughn got kicked off a platform.
Yeah. It does suck. I mean,
does.
it would be nice if there was a policy in place
Right.
for us to rebuttal accusations and
Yeah, I mean, your employer now, you're an at-will employee, so they can just fire you.
Right.
Not so much you're an owner, but like Ben and me, they can just be like, see ya. They don't have to have a reason. Now, if they were discriminatory, we would have a process
Right.
to file. I think that's what Vaughn's saying with Uber. They just cut you off. They don't
Right.
really give you
Right.
a bullshit reason, and then they're like, see ya.
yes.
So I do get that,
Yes.
but yeah. But anyways, so again, don't forget the CarStar giveaway. I know I did it early, Ben. Sorry. At 10:15 #CarStar. So rideshare in the news. Actually, I'm going to try to turn this TV on.
So are we playing the video I sent you
You sent me a video.
of the car accident?
I totally flaked.
Yeah. It would have been a good watch.
I know.
Inside?
No, not inside.
I mean,
But still, just the sitting there watching, waiting for it to happen.
Yeah, you should have gave me the
causes-
inside.
No, it causes dread for me
so
watching it.
if Ben gets bored and he can try to find it in my email
The inside one.
and then try to post it. I don't know. He'll try, but this next one is just a story about rideshare vehicles used as drug mules. Hang on one sec. If you want to split that screen, do you remember how to do that? Go to duplicate. It's a little box in the right hand corner.
Right.
Wait, did
Oh.
you...
Where did it go?
What do you mean?
Where the time is, there's usually a little box so you can split
There
that.
is on mine.
Oh, okay. In the right hand corner, then you can split that screen so we can have it up.
Did you say hold on for a second, Jason?
Yeah, why?
I don't think they're going to hold on.
Well, I mean, they can do whatever they want, I guess.
Yeah, hold on, guys. It's one
So you want me to duplicate, not extend?
Right. Duplicate. That way we can see it. There we go. So when Ben's ready for that video, it's anything major, but I want to kind of talk about when it's done. Have you guys ever had any drugs found in your car? So, oh boy, nothing. I wonder. Hold on. I wonder it's because we split it in the middle of the stream. And that, remember, if we restarted XSplit, you can restart XSplit. Will it kill the streams?
I don't know. Do you want me to close
Yes.
XSplit?
I don't think it'll kill the streams.
YouTube's down.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, no. It's because he's on a black screen. Can you at least bump us back to the
Oh, yeah.
the camera until we figure this out? So maybe we just skip the videos tonight. So we'll just jump into the next one. Ben posted this article. It's about, and I think everyone has this article or this issue is commuters wasting more time in traffic, and how it doesn't specifically say rideshare, but it's gone up considerably. So at least in Grand Rapids, from 6 to 10 and 3 to 7, backups cost each rush hour commuter about $654 in wasted gas time based on average worker wages. So
per year.
Per year, right?
I think that was an important detail.
Right. But it's interesting, the stat, they studied it in 1988, and they wasted 16 hours per year. So we're going a lot higher than what it was. The number reached 33 hours a year I'm an idiot. 33 hours a decade later and 41 hours in 2016 of just wasted time. So,
and then, so that's Grand Rapids. I like when they're saying they're mentioning what it is in Detroit and Chicago as well. And that's 61 and 73 hours in traffic. So it's almost double of
that's
what Grand
crazy.
Rapids is. So.
And then LA is 119 hours. I listen to a couple podcasts and they live out in that area and they talk about how
that's 3 weeks.
What?
Yeah. 3 work weeks.
Well, yeah, they say that they have to drive, they have to drive like 2 hours to get into work. I'm just like, who would even do that? I'm like, that's the normal. I'm like, I would just leave the state. Yeah. I would not do I'm going to move to Montana.
But then you have to drive 4 hours to find a grocery store.
That's true. Well, we have Amazon. So.
The flex driver can come and deliver.
My God. So the next article is that new startup that was in Indiana that we kind of briefly talked about.
Yep.
Uber says, so it's interesting.
Nomad rides. Sorry.
Yeah, go. That's fine. They talk about in the article that Uber says it takes 25% of every ride, and while Lyft is more coy about its cuts, the rates are estimated to be comparable. However, factors such as ride distance can cause the commission to balloon over 40%. Right. A major reason why drivers for both companies organized a strike in May.
And actually, while we're on the topic, you said about the 25, just real quick, we'll talk about it later as well, but Jalopnik did like a survey where they had 15,000 people submit rides, and it was closer to 35% on Uber that they take. So that's kind of, on average, they take probably more like 35 than 25, which I think most drivers will agree with today.
Yeah.
Definitely.
When asked in 2015 why Uber was raising its commission rates, a then executive reportedly said, because we can, which is kind of true.
Dick.
So the Nomad Rides says its platform charges riders 20% less, while drivers earn 20% more, and the Nomad flat monthly subscription is $25 per
Is it
month.
an MLM?
I don't think it is.
Well, so when...
If it is, we should stop talking about it immediately.
Right now.
I did not see any of that in the article when I read it.
No, and I don't think it is an MLM either, but I'm questioning whether you're only paying the $25 or what, because it sounds to me like there's also a small per
So
ride
when you were reading
fee.
the article, it might have brought up the Austin one, and they charge 99 cents per ride.
Okay.
So that was the startup in Austin.
What I don't like about this one here, so again, the service is called Nomad Rides. But what I don't like about it is it's putting the responsibility of getting the payment back onto the passenger, to the rider.
I didn't.
To the driver. Yeah, because it say here, the last thing they say here, it says... I
didn't read that.
Where is it? Hang on. Basically, it's saying that the rider will pay the driver directly using Venmo or something.
You're reading the wrong article.
No.
I did not. I read this article about 30 minutes ago. I did not see anything about payment. Are you on the Forbes article?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe there's an extended version.
Finding it here. Hang on.
Yeah, find it for me and copy and paste it.
Cash is nowhere in the article.
Yeah.
No, I know, but hang on. Venmo.
Hold on, guys.
10-10.
10-10? Oh. Last chance. I know. Jesper's crazy. I think it was reading another article. Last chance for the CarStar giveaway. Hashtag CarStar in 5 minutes. So anyways, Jesper. Yeah, Jesper looks for that. It doesn't say anything about Venmo or anything. I think you're thinking about another one. I honestly do, but it's not in this article. Did you search for it?
I did.
Did you find it?
No.
Okay. So I think that for me, $25 a month, I don't think that's that bad if the rides are there. Now, when they launched, let me go back to these numbers real quick. In 61 days, they completed over 5,700 rides. We had so much demand that we had over 9,400 ride requests.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It is.
I mean, and for a college town, in college, that's perfect to go to college towns to start it because they're all like, oh, we want to fight the man or whatever, you know?
Right. And it's a little bit cheaper. So they're going to be all over it.
Yeah. I think the 25, I think it would be worth doing that. And they do offer, now their insurance is always an issue on these startups. and they do offer their own commercial insurance a little bit cheaper than what you could get for yourself.
I just found it. So
Okay.
I actually did a little bit more research. The rideshare guy had a story about the Nomad rides as well.
Okay, when's
And
it dated? I'm just curious.
I don't know.
What was your first date?
August 26, 19.
Okay, so it's like 4 days after they posted this Forbes
Right.
article.
And so basically, yes. So the Nomad rides, you have to pay for your own insurance. But it also says here, riders use cash or Venmo to pay their drivers directly, where Uber and Lyft make the whole process a cashless transaction for the passengers and the drivers. As upfront pricing has shown us, Uber and Lyft collect a commission from each ride that can be as high as 60-70% of the fare. Nomad Rides allows drivers to keep 100% of the fare with the subscription model they announced. But still, now all of a sudden it's the driver's own responsibility to get the money. I don't like that at all.
Okay, agreed. Don't like that. I know it's hard to put in a payment system, and they don't want to be hooked on the debt either. But then,
plus then they need
that's
an
one of the
extra accountant, and they have a lot more overhead if they're taking care of the transaction for you.
But not even that. What's going to prevent the passenger from just leaving?
Yeah, exactly. No, people are going to get stiff left and right.
Right. Because there's no way we can go after them if we don't have a card.
Right.
We can't charge them for a cancel fee or
right.
Ooh, yeah.
So that is where I read it. So sorry.
Well, thank you for finding that, because I know that was driving you nuts.
I know.
So not that we were pro Nomad, but I mean, I like up until that point, I was like, that's not bad, 25. I mean, so how do we? So wait, they must have something in place, because how do they draft our $25 a month then?
Well, we have to pay that. I mean,
Well, right, but if we
it's a subscription service. You just pay them to be onto the platform.
Yeah.
So you pay them $25, just like you pay $25 for anything else. You pay $25 to be on a platform.
I just feel like they have a payment system set up, right? They're collecting.
Right, but they probably do it because any kind of merchant system, it's a lot more expensive for you to collect other people's money. So it technically, since it's your money, it costs Lyft and Uber more to collect your money.
That makes sense.
Than their own.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So
because they got the fees to run the card.
Yes. And so it's just.
It's one thing to pay a 2% fee on your 50 drivers, paying the $25. It's a whole other thing to pay it on 5,000 passengers.
Right.
And then of course with the Nomad Rides too is you have to get your own insurance.
I mean they do say it's cheaper through them, the commercial insurance, but
right.
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to collect money. I'm out. I'm out more than that than having to pay the $25 and get my own commercial insurance. Because at least with my own commercial insurance, I can solicit myself everywhere.
And I got to tell you, one of the things that Michelle and I discussed to begin with before I even started driving, Michelle's my wife, was what about the whole cash issue? Because if I have cash on me now, and people know about that,
Gonna get jacked.
Right.
Exactly. Who's gonna say, well, I wouldn't get, that sign in my front window is he has cash.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the one thing that Uber has done. Or
even on St. Patty's Day when I was raking in tips that first year, once I got to $100, I went home and left it all there and went back out. Like I didn't want to have that much money.
You didn't buy drinks for yourself?
No, shocking. Not in the middle of my shift.
No, I think it's a good idea, but yeah, I can't collect money. Not going to do it. That's the best part about Uber is just the cashless system.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. We have 0 entries. Not even kidding. Bullshit.
I haven't seen one.
Oh, we have one. Thank you, Vaughn.
There you go, Vaughn.
Well, I guess.
Didn't he win before?
We'll have to look it up. Are you kidding me?
Nobody's
Has everyone
answered.
online won before?
Probably.
We haven't had 15 winners. That's for sure.
No, but I mean, man, that's depressing. I don't know. What do you want to do here? I mean, if Vaughn hasn't won, then I feel like he should get it.
Yep.
I mean, he's the one that he listened. So,
Yeah.
I guess I don't know if you can look up the email or maybe our messenger, but I don't think he did.
Vaughn has not won before, so Vaughn, you're our winner.
All right.
Congratulations, Vaughn.
I know he does come into Lansing, or strike that. I know he does drive in GR sometimes, so probably the car kit. Come on. Well, I shouldn't. What is going on over there?
I
You're
am
slamming on the table.
I'm not doing well tonight.
You're pulling on cords.
I'm not doing well tonight.
I love Ben. Someone said. Okay. All right. We're done with that one. Screw Nomad. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It'll be interesting if they get more following, if they actually will be able to solve some of those problems.
Maybe we should reach out to them, try to get them on the podcast. That'd be fun.
Bad idea.
That'd be fun. Yes, but you want to take the next one?
I don't know. Do it.
Next one is the Uber $1 per ride safe fee. Had nothing to do with safety.
Oh, yes.
I'm interested in your take on this one because I probably have a different take.
Well, I don't know if there's. Is there a different take to have on it? It was just basically it's a story about a bogus surcharge. Which back in the day, the booking fee was used to be called a safe rides fee, and so I forget the name of the guy who wrote the book. Anyway, so it's an excerpt. It comes from an excerpt from a New York Times reporter, Mike Isaac's book, "Super Pumped: The Battle for Uber."
I think Mike was an employee there at one point. We should read that book. Maybe we get him on the podcast.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, anyways, basically, back in 2014, they used to call it a safe rides fee, but that had nothing to do with keeping the drivers or the riders safe. It was all about just ranking an extra play for profit. And he say it's an estimated $500 million. So basically, in forget what it was, but at one point in 2016, there was a lawsuit and there was a settlement out of court. It sounds like for $28.5 million, and as part of that lawsuit, they needed to stop calling it a safe rides fee. And that's when it changed to the booking fee. So I don't know if there's a different take on that article, I guess. You tell me, but obviously.
My take on it is I don't think it's bogus. They were just saying, yeah, there's costs to all that stuff. So
oh no, and that I don't think. As I read the article, it was never about whether or not it was bogus like that. It was about the fact that it was called a safe rides fee.
Okay, so that it was just verbiage,
right? It was this fee is to keep you safe.
That's what it was sold as, but that was not how the funds were going to use.
Wow, there's 4 people talking at the same time.
Got real heated here.
Yeah, Jason, you're wrong.
No, I just thought that they did write about doing background checks. I assume that's a safe thing. So people were just mad that whatever the actual dollar wasn't going to.
Right. And
okay.
I think the problem is also the background check was done before you even had a ride. So how can a fee for a ride be used for pay for your background check?
That's true.
I know. So yeah, I know.
Stop hitting
Who
on the
is
table. It's like the 4th time.
It's like the 4th time.
Should we get like some straps and just strap his arms down?
He wants a strap, all right.
Strapper.
You went there. Like I
didn't say anything about that. Moving on.
So I shared that guy's book. It's $20. $20.55.
Okay.
Well,
25. There's a safe rider's fee, and it goes to us.
this is not our link. I swear. I just posted it. I think $20 is a little high for a review or a book that has 2 customer reviews.
So Jason is going to read it for next time and give you a review of it.
And never mind.
I might do that. Actually, it says September 3, 2019 it came out. That was yesterday. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, no wonder it's still $20. Let's give it a month where it dropped. Oh, gosh.
I'll wait for the Audible version.
There is an
Audible.
There is an Audible.
Oh.
If you have Audible, it's $14.95.
Well, Jason
If you have a subscription, it could be free.
No,
Jason
it's
can
with
listen
the
to it as he
subscription.
waits in the airport queue.
The airport
anyways.
lot. All right. Next.
This picture is
Oh,
amazing.
yes. The picture.
This is an awesome picture.
So I don't know exactly where it was from. Clearly a restaurant, but it says drive-through only, including Uber Eats. There is no sandwiches. Sandwiches?
I love the sandwiches.
Sandwiches. So yeah,
Sam is a witch.
Oh,
It's like a bunch of little me's. Yes.
right, running around.
If I ever had children, that's what I would have to call them.
Sandwiches.
Now, is that only women, girls, or what about the boys?
No, they can be witches too.
So honestly, they were trying because they wrote including. I think they wrote an E.
Yeah, including.
And then they changed it to an I. So
They're trying.
They're trying.
Drive throw.
And the next one it's not that big of a deal, but it just cracks me up. It's a picture of a guy's gas gauge, but then you look at it, it's a paper. It's a piece of paper with a gas gauge drawn and on E, and it says, "Don't get in my car being nosy. I still need my gas money." TF.
The
you
I did
almost
not
swore.
say it. The
yeah.
The fuzz.
Okay. So, anyways, yeah, it's just kind of funny.
So Keith is officially keeping track of how many moving ons I'm going to say tonight.
Good. We'll get a nice
That's
tally at the end of the night.
Hilarious. That's hilarious.
Thank you, Keith.
Okay, we're gonna try. No, we're not even do that video. We're not gonna try. We'll have to figure that out. Hopefully, the audio later works. So that's kind of an interesting. This next one's about a guy that was on Tinder while he was driving. He would get to a red light, go to Tinder, and was swiping like crazy.
What is this Tinder thing? I don't know.
That's where you got your side piece.
Oh.
I'm
All
kidding.
right.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah,
Are you
It's
sure that wasn't
whitewashing.
Are
Grinder?
you wanting to?
I'm sure Michelle listens. No,
Are you turning red?
I am
No.
not.
It takes a lot to make him blush. So he got to a red light and he was swiping. Okay, whatever. He needs to get laid. But the question is, do you guys ever do anything at red lights when you have passengers in the car or not with your phone?
If I'm waiting for a route, when I'm at lights, I flip back to Amazon and I'll refresh like crazy into the light screen and flip back and go. But only if I think they're not paying attention.
Right. Depending on what kind of passenger you have in the car.
Or if you forgot you had a passenger in the car.
But yeah, if they're
There's
like
different sites she visits when she forgets there's a passenger. I mean, like Walmart.com, bro.
yeah, right.
But no, if they're sitting back there and they're watching me, I'll just be like, I guess I'm not getting a route today, and just keep going. But
I'm exactly like you. It depends on the passenger. Not to say that people are any different, or
no, if
some
they're-
people don't give a shit.
no, and if their nose is in their phone, they aren't going to see me anyways.
Right. Megan, my wife, always says, you're driving? I was like, I was at a red light. Sometimes I'm not at a red light. But most of the time, I am at a red light. But I will not touch the phone. No, I take that back. I will touch it while I'm moving with a passenger. Like if a ride comes up for Uber, I have to switch out of maps to get to see what it is. I will do that. But
Oh, that's right. You still drive with Waze.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I drive. I just use the internal map. And
I do too.
Oh, yeah.
Is it much cleaner?
Well,
Yes.
it's perfectly
fine.
fine. And all I have to do is click accept.
Yeah.
That's number 5. I'm counting how many times you slam your arms. I don't know why. I think it's because your cord is in front of you instead of running behind there. So you can blame me for the
So
setup.
Okay.
once the
We
new
will.
table gets set up, it'll be much better.
Yeah, I mean, we could mute your mic and you could just take it out, but just
and
don't
we
slam
could-
your arm to the table.
Maybe we can put some cushions down.
Yeah, we are going to build a new table. Jesper is. God help us. But anyway.
What, in
thanks.
like 6 years?
Oh, no, it's happening. I bought it 5 minutes before we went live. I bought the piece of wood.
So 5 years.
I haven't bought the legs yet, so it could still be 6.
So we have a flat piece of wood, folks.
Yep.
We'll see in 5 years.
Just gonna hover.
So yeah, I
Producer Ben is going to just sit on the floor and
Right.
it'll be on my back.
Yes. No, you'll sit on all fours and we'll just put everything on your back. So yeah, I don't typically try to do that, but I have been occasion. Not on Tinder though, thank goodness. No. Can you
Grindr?
imagine? What's up?
Grinder?
What's Grinder?
Is that a real question?
Yeah.
Oh, it's for gay men.
Yeah, I knew. I
Okay.
wanted Ben to be awkward
No,
about it.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe you didn't know what TF meant, so I'd believe it.
Rude. Okay, next up is the Uber rides bookable at the airport from a kiosk, which
Is neat.
I think it's really cool, but
It's novel.
Can't tip.
Novel, but not necessary.
Oh, not like after the fact.
I bet it asks for. No, they would never ask for a tip beforehand.
It might give you the option to put one in.
When I read it, it didn't say that. It was kind of a vague article.
So yeah, if you don't have cash, you can't tip.
Right. Here's my problem with it. How many times do we cancel on riders, and how many times a driver, I'll get people in my car, I'm like, yeah, the last 4 riders canceled. So what if this old biddy walks up, requests a ride, and then walks away and just standing in the airport or the Uber waiting area, and the driver canceled? That's when I want to know how they can avoid that. Or are you just supposed to stand at the kiosk, and then when it says the driver's arrived, you walk over there? I don't know. The article didn't say. So that's where I can see there's going to be a problem. I
had one situation where I can see the benefit of something like this. There was a lady in from Germany, and her phone didn't work. She was only able to get on the Wi-Fi.
Oh, she never got like a specific SIM card for the States.
No, exactly. Yeah,
okay.
So she only had the Wi-Fi. The problem was in our airport, she thought she had to order the ride at the rideshare spot, but the Wi-Fi didn't work over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she couldn't do it. She's like, how am I going to do it? It's like, I don't know, lady. I got to go because I had a ride.
Oh, it was somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm like, go back in the airport.
Exactly.
And then
I
wait
did
till
tell her that. Yeah, go back into the airport, order the ride, and then come out.
Well, I think even before that, though, I think you wait till the rider or the driver arrives, because if you're going to have no signal same thing with this, when you walk out, how are you going to know the driver's there?
Right.
I mean, you got an 85-year-old lady trying to remember a black car. His name's Jason. He doesn't have a beard because, oh no, that's Lyft. That won't change my picture. Oh, Sabrina did hashtag CarStar. Sorry, Sabrina, a little late. Thank you, though. So I think it's a good idea for the elderly. I shouldn't say the elderly. People that don't have smartphones.
Yeah.
I mean, mostly elderly. But
people whose phones have just died.
Yeah. Yeah. But I can foresee some problems, again, with all the cancellation.
Right.
So what else we got, Jesper?
I don't know. Hang on.
Since you love this one so much, the job advice, the 10 reasons, isn't that?
I hate that ad. Okay, so I'm going to just not add the. It's just too long.
It's a long article, but it's good.
I'm going to just read the headlines. You guys can really read it yourself. So basically, I'm a driver for Uber and Lyft. There are 10 things I wish I knew before starting the job. Number 1. To make the most money possible, you need to avoid traffic, and we all kind of know that, I think.
I think it's going to change if Lyft brings their super duper plan around here where you make more on time, then you're
you might as well sit in rush hour.
Might as well.
Right. That could possibly change, but obviously until at this point, since you only make like 11 to 12 cents an hour or per mile to sit in traffic, we make way more per mile, so that's obviously self-explanatory. Don't drive around looking for a ride. Let the ride come to
So
you.
this is a good discussion one. What do you guys do?
A little both.
I do both, yes.
I was going to say, we have to ask Sam because she drives all the time. We each kind of do during busy time, so typically you don't have to wait a while. But
yeah, a little bit. But if it's especially slow, I sit at home and wait.
Okay.
And I just go out for each ride.
See, I don't sit at home because I live on the outskirts of town.
Right. I live with where I live. I'm 5 minutes from downtown.
Yeah, you're not definitely downtown, but you're more centralized than the suburbs.
Right. Another thing I like about being out is I treat it like a job. So if I see, I go out, I'm going to be out for 6 hours. I'm not going to be in and a little bit home, a little bit. No, this is my 6 hour shift.
Well, I think the full time people, it's a little different because I noticed that too when I drove full time. I'd stop home a couple times a day. I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Yeah. If I'm in the area, I won't
get some lunch.
Yeah, I won't specifically go out of my way, but if I get a ride to my area, I'll be I'm gonna stop home.
I mean, if I've sat anywhere for like 45 minutes during the day and haven't gotten a ride, I'm going home. It doesn't matter where I am. I'm just going home.
Yeah, that's a long time to not get a ride.
It's not common, but it does occasionally happen.
Unless you're at the airport. But.
So, yep. But yeah, I don't even like turning the app off when I'm in my shift. It's like I just don't like. I don't even.
You just want to grind that time you're out.
I just want to grind, yeah. So it's just and then in the wintertime, most nights when I drive, I get back to back. So it's just not. It's not an issue. Closest driver to a passenger usually gets the next ride. Position yourself accordingly. Basically, just kind of learn your areas, get to know your town, and get to know where it is busy.
Yeah, and kind of Steve brought that up. I don't need heat map. I don't need all this crap. I am a seasoned driver. I've done the research. I know where things are.
Right. Yep. Contrary to popular belief, the airport queue is generally not worth waiting in.
So he was in Fort Lauderdale
Yep.
area, and he said on average it's at least a 2-hour wait.
Yes.
Who does that? 2 hours, and you could go to Doubletree.
You mean like the old heads at our airport that sit there?
They're not wait. I think
No.
they're just going there to get rid of out of their
yeah.
wise
I
hair.
think we need to mention that in Grand Rapids, our average queue is most times 1 to 5 and sometimes 5 to 10. So that's our average queue.
I think the largest I've seen it is up to 20.
Yeah,
Yes.
Thanksgiving Eve it gets up that.
Well,
high.
sure. Sometimes.
I saw
yes.
it that way around Christmas too. I think an influx of people weren't working their day job.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, we'll go to the
Let's
airport.
go
It's the holidays.
Yep.
Everybody's traveling. And then it's like 20 to 25. And I'm like, oh.
But even then, with both platforms, I can't imagine having to wait 2 hours for a
Especially
ride.
with Lyft because you don't have a queue. And
Right.
I would never do it. So there's been once I waited an hour.
There's no
So-
grinding at the airport.
no.
You need to take breaks often for your health and for your sanity. I agree with that 100%.
Well, the Esper doesn't take breaks. He just told
Well,
us he
I take-
grinds.
I do, but I take breaks. I
Well,
just
that's
turn,
why
I
you-
just turn it off. I
Hey.
don't turn my app off. So
Well, just get a Gatorade bottle. You won't even have to stop. Keep a cooler and
We-
a empty Gatorade bottle.
We won't get into that. So the secret to a high rating
Why?
and more
For
tips.
food? Or are you putting your pee in the cooler?
Why did I put my pee in the cooler?
Why do you need to keep it cold?
The cooler for drinks and food, and the
Okay.
bottle to pee in.
After you
was-
finish it. Okay. So the secret to a high rating and more tips is having a clean car, offering a good phone charger, and driving safe. So I no longer have a phone charger.
No, I don't either.
I might get one again, but I bought 3 and 2 got stolen and I got tired of it.
Oh, see, I have my charger plugged in up front and they can lean up and use it if they need to, but I'm not putting it in the back.
Right. If someone asks me, I have chargers for both.
Right.
I will give it to them, but I'm not just going to put it back there. Everyone, and we have a picture later on about a car that was just full of stuff, and everyone has a different philosophy on that. I know CC was like, her car was decked out. She had mints and water or whatever. If that works for you, great. I've just always tried to keep a clean car and a safe drive. And
I have mints.
okay,
That's it.
Yeah.
A couple of weekends I tried doing the whole giveaway, stuff, and I just don't know that I can say for sure that gave me more tips.
Again, I want cargo at least to try.
Yes.
I'm not saying it's going to be the end all be all, but I just want to try it. I want to try it for a couple months, 90 days. If it's great. If it's not, it's not.
But Jesper, doesn't your little infotainment center, you think, probably increase your tips?
I think I've
For
gotten
sure.
a lot of good feedback for that one.
Yeah.
I think that's great, honestly. I mean,
And now that I'm going to have room, I might do something like that.
Right. It's pretty cool. As I said, it's
so that's connected to
Wi-Fi in the car, and then hook up an old tablet to my. I use Amazon Music now, and yeah, people love it. They love being able to choose music, and several good feedback on the app. So. Uber Pool and Lyft shared rides don't pay you as much as you think and are hardly worth it for the driver. We don't have those in the Grand Rapids market, so we don't really know how that works. Although we did just get Comfort. Comfort is an interesting new ride
I think it's
kind.
bull crap that it's year based. That pisses me off.
I don't qualify.
Oh, the vehicle car? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
You
So I
skipped one,
qualify.
Jesper?
Huh?
You skipped one.
I did?
Yeah. About driving home empty.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to lose money driving back home at the end of the shift. You can get paid
yeah,
for
destination filters. We all know that. Great. Back to the Comfort. I mean, if you don't know destination filter now, I'm sorry. This is for a new driver. I should have poo-poo it. You did a good job with it.
Yes.
Yeah, a new driver would not know that. And so, yeah, because it's hard to find on the app. I have people ask, how do you find the destination? I'm like,
When
Well, yeah, because they make a
it doesn't work,
magnifying
though.
glass.
say that again. Both of you talked.
It's just they make a magnifying glass.
mean,
like, why would you ever put that together on your
Right.
own?
That's a search thing. That would be search, not destination
Right.
filter. I would put something that says destination filter instead of a magnifying glass.
Even Lyft's made more sense.
Right. What did you say? No, Lyft is a little pencil, isn't it?
No, it's a 3 little like search. Like it's a filter.
Oh, okay.
It's a little filter icon. And in other things, that's a similar filter icon.
You were saying they didn't work.
It just doesn't
Uber's
work.
does. Lyft's does not.
I've had several with Uber. It made no sense.
I mean,
Like
technically,
it takes me 5 miles away from the direction I'm going, and then I do a
Really?
1 mile ride, and then you're done. It's like, what? No.
I mean, mine have always gotten me closer. It's just sometimes it's 2 blocks closer.
Yeah, I
Like-
feel like sometimes it pulls you back 2 miles, but then only makes you go 2 blocks. So that's
yeah. So you're technically a hair closer to where you were, but really
Right,
you went
but-
so far out of your way
well,
to do
that's the
it.
thing. I feel like they need to say, okay, you won't go any further. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go
Right.
4 blocks further to go 2 blocks this way, it kind of
Right.
broke even.
Yeah.
So, what are you having a dying computer?
Yes. And it's seriously dying.
Just get up, hit the mic cord, whatever. I'll continue on. Let's see. Uber Pool and Lyft shared rides don't pay as much as you think and are hardly worth it for the driver.
You can unplug me.
This is honestly a great article for first-time drivers, but we all know Pool sucks. We don't have it in Grand Rapids, thank goodness.
Thankfully.
At first, I thought driving for Lyft more, but it turns out he enjoys Uber more. I think it's just because that's where the money is.
Yeah.
And Uber pays more money when it's busy for him. So
Yeah, Uber is better in his market.
yeah, and I feel it is here too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I no longer drive for Lyft. We all know that. Joke. But it hasn't been a problem for me at all.
And the last is driving around strangers and meeting new people is surprisingly very fun and rewarding. Depending on what time you drive.
It can be fun.
Yeah.
I don't
agree with that at all.
personally find it rewarding, but I think
I don't
it's
agree
fun.
with that. I think it's always fun. I always enjoy it, and I mean, I still look forward to going driving.
Yeah, but you drive as sorry, I'm reading comments. Never talk and read comments at the same time. It never works out. You drive for extra cash, so I mean it's different. If you always enjoy driving, but if you drove 60 hours a week, would you?
Oh, sure. No,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
not.
No, by Saturday, I'm usually like, okay, I'm ready to be done. I'm ready for Sunday off.
Right. I want to look at a couple things. Chris Compton, I'm not sure he's been on there before. He's in Denver. He says it's a 2-hour wait minimum. 90 people in the Denver queue.
Yeah, I would never go to
At
the
a
airport.
ATM, I think he says at a
the
minimum.
moment.
Oh, at the moment. Thank you. Gosh, I'm terrible. I'm so old when I try to talk about those acronyms or whatever the hell it is.
I need to apologize. Apparently, we're having technical difficulties. Facebook was a quick restart, but YouTube crashed.
Oh,
So,
what happened?
I don't know.
When
Jesper stood up, and then everything went boom.
Did it really?
Mm-hmm.
I
We're
wonder
back
if,
on Facebook, but not YouTube.
I wonder if he
It's
grabbed.
running for me. You too.
Is it? It's just spinning for me.
yeah, me too.
Oh, YouTube is running for me.
It's not running over here.
But did you click play?
Oh yeah, it's back.
Okay.
Yeah, I refreshed it. It's back.
I'm just on this screen, whatever this
Sorry,
is.
guys. Apparently, I broke the internet. Happens quite often.
Well, actually, hold on. I refreshed
been
it. I'm at the point where Jesper's getting the cord, so maybe we'll watch it dump.
Click play. Click play.
Oh, it is off. Yeah, you did. The second you went to get up, it dumped.
I have no idea how.
Unless he pulled something over here, although the cords aren't that flimsy. Oh well, we're just gonna keep on keeping on.
It's running for me.
Apparently, we're
Mine
on
just died.
Facebook. So,
That's all right.
Okay.
GD it, Jesper.
It's not.
All
my
right,
fault.
I gotta go through this list because we are dragging ass.
Hey, Justin.
Okay, so I'm gonna skip the Jalopnik article. I know Jesper briefly talked about it.
Well, that was the first one. We don't care about that.
So real quick at
that
the
is the one. Anyways, yeah. Keep it
the Breakaway Festival, there was a lot of stolen phones. There was an article from Wood TV8, and interesting enough, I had the two people I picked up, somebody in their party had a stolen phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I think these guys had a few here and there. So this guy starts telling me a story about what they do now with the phones. and how they scam through iCloud and get all your information. We're going to try to play the audio, Ben, on XSplit, and it might work, it might not, but we're having some issues tonight. But take a listen how they do it if it works.
If it works.
Smartphone scam. There you go.
Fingers crossed.
It's a big fat no. We'll check the MP3 once. Just go into settings. Just hit play. Damn. It must be something when we split screen. We're going to have to figure out an alternative to that because none of the videos or sound plays. Welcome
crushing it tonight.
Yeah, we are crushing it. Welcome to We Don't Do This for a Full-Time Job. So basically what it is they can't really, Apple locks their phones down so much, they can't really use the phone and sell it. They can part it out or whatever. But what they would do is they would get the phone and they would send a text message that says, "Oh, we found your phone. Log into your iCloud account." You see the blue little highlighted thing, and it's their scammer account. Then you put your username and password. It looks just like Apple. They get your identity, and they can do anything they want with it. So
right. Any credit card you have registered.
So basically, it's a two-party thing. You got people that are thugging in the streets, getting the phones, and then whoever the company is on the back end doing it that way. So I think that's what happened because it's strange that they actually did a story about it. Because I'm like, that's a lot of phones,
right?
If they're willing to do a story about it,
right? Yeah, and I mean, if 3 out of 4 of us had a passenger that way, I mean, imagine how many people had their phones stolen,
right? And we're just a couple of us. There's probably 200-300 drivers out that night, so yeah, I think they just go steal the phone and then they do the iCloud thing. So. Let's see if this picture works, Ben. This is Christine Allen, Elflin.
Yeah.
Jasper and I had a discussion, a disagreement about this. Who wants to read this?
I will.
Oh, wow. Go for it, Sam.
Fine.
Thank you, Sam.
Oh, what a fun night. Someone called a Lyft from Z's for an extremely drunk friend. She could not even walk. They put her in my car, and I took her to the address on the GPS. I get her there, and she informed me that she no longer lives there. I said, well, this is where it took me, so you need to get out of my car and get another Lyft or put in the right address. She couldn't even talk straight. So I took her back to Z's, and of course, her friend who works there was gone. Since I could not get her out of my car and I could not just leave her on the sidewalk, I ended up having to call GRPD. So they came and talked to her. All I could get from her is that she lived on Manzana Court. That is all the cops could get out of her, too. That didn't help much, and she couldn't give me the exact address. Yes, I knew it was Apple Ridge. The officers who came, 3 cars, took over, and I explained what was going on. She could barely give her name. They finally found her license after running her name and getting nothing. They called an ambulance to take her to the hospital. There was no way she was going to be able to get into her apartment. She was so drunk. I sure wasn't going to be able to help with that. The officers were able to get her boyfriend's name from her car and call him. Long story short, the officer didn't want to take her home. He was worried she would throw up in his cruiser. He made arrangements with the boyfriend. I told them I would take her home as long as her boyfriend met me and got her out of my car and safely into her apartment. I'm sure he was shocked to be getting a call from GRPD in the first place. So I got her home, and her boyfriend took care of her. He gave me a decent tip. I hope I never have to deal with anything like that again.
I like how you didn't read the LOLs. I appreciate that.
No.
Lol. Lol.
That was a good read.
I did it for the lulz.
I do catch myself every once in a while, like in a message saying LOL. So the disagreement that Jesper and I have is he feels like she did everything right.
Nope. She didn't.
No. That's right. That's what I agree. She did not.
I'm taking sides, Jesper.
Well, okay. Do you want to do? I mean, you're popping off. We'll give your opinion then.
Yes, why do you think she was wrong?
Right. Like,
I feel like she had the Good Samaritan syndrome. There's a time and a place to do that, and from experience, I advise people not to get yourself in situations like that because I've done it. I've done it. Mine panned out. I was fine, but there are so many things that could have gone wrong when I played Good Samaritan. And there are so many things that could have gone wrong with her.
Well, tell me what she did wrong.
driving. I mean, when the police refuse to take the girl home, it's no longer her issue. I mean, it's off of the app at this point. It's like
I feel like
She
we're
didn't
missing
specify she ended the ride yet.
I feel like we missed some information there.
Oh,
I think
I'm
it's-
sure.
I think it's weird why the policeman.
I can't believe GRPD would say, I'm out.
Right.
I don't want you puking in my car.
No.
Yeah, I feel like, and I'm not saying that's not what happened. I mean,
Right.
we've seen some crazy cop stories,
Right.
but at that point, my agreement was that, or disagreement, gosh, idiot, should have been when the cops did refuse, you call an ambulance.
Right.
I mean, why would you risk? I mean, what if she died?
Right.
Right.
I mean, the liability alone is huge.
I would have stopped well before that. When
Would
I
you?
got her home and she said, "This is not where I live," I would have just gone to the hospital at that point and been done with it.
See, I disagree.
I would have dumped her at an ER and been done with it.
I think you should call, if you're going to go to an ER, don't even travel anymore. Just call an ambulance.
Yeah, I would guess that.
Although if-
I wouldn't go back to the bar, is what I'm
No.
saying. I wouldn't look for the
Yes.
friend. I wouldn't do any of that. At that point, if you are too drunk to tell me where you live in any sense, you need to go to the hospital.
Right. Now, if this does get back to Christine, this is just us being armchair quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
We're not saying you're a horrible person.
Right.
Nope, you did what you thought was best, and that's great.
Absolutely.
And I've done similar things, but I've learned from them.
I think the things that I meant when I
Maybe.
said I thought she did things right is she did not choose to leave this poor woman on the street somewhere.
Right.
right.
She stayed by her until she knew she was safe.
Yes.
And so all those things I have a tremendous amount of respect for.
True.
You know, she was treating her, you know, as we all would want to hope to be treated. And so I like that. I feel like we're missing some information. I can feel myself 100% doing all the same things she did, including going back to the bar, whether that's right or wrong, to try and find her friend.
Yeah.
I can see myself doing that. I also, the final thing that she ended up driving the officer, you know, bringing her back because the officer didn't want to. I can see myself doing that.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Larry brought up a good point. Apparently, they called an ambulance to take her to the hospital. How did we miss
Yeah.
so
No,
there-
I did say that, but then nothing seemed to come of it.
That was part of what we're missing the information as well. It does say they called an ambulance to take her to the hospital. There's no way she was going to be able to get into her apartment. She was so drunk. But then it doesn't say what happened.
yeah, did the
after.
ambulance come?
Exactly. We don't know.
Oh, I see.
I think maybe they got a hold of the boyfriend prior to the ambulance's arrival.
and did that. Ooh, that's even worse if that's how it happened. If the ambulance is coming.
Let it come and let
Peace
them do
out.
their thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know when I was very young, apparently
Long time ago.
a long time ago.
Were there dinosaurs running through your...
No, but there was alcohol involved. So it was
It was at Prohibition
yeah,
time.
this was no. Anyways, that was when I was
Moving on.
Yes.
in the great land of Denmark?
Oh my god.
God, he's getting pissed.
Anyways, yes. So apparently the paramedics at the hospital, the ambulance was called on me, and they refused to take me because there was nothing wrong with me. He's like, he just got to go home and sleep it out. So
How bad was your mumbling that night?
I don't know that it was because it was in Denmark. Okay,
Yeah,
I was very tired at the time. I think.
What is the
Now
language?
shut up.
What do you say? It's the Danish?
Danish.
Yeah.
It's German. So come on. So
What?
Anyways,
so maybe that's what happened. Maybe they
Right.
did come, and maybe they did say, you know,
I feel back, let's say it was 20 years ago, it was a lot less complicated. Nowadays, I feel like the
I
ambulance
agree
will
with
take
that.
you for everything.
Yes,
so if they,
'cause they
don't
don't
want
wanna
to
get sued, yeah.
they
yeah.
probably have to. Yeah.
Right, but back then they're like, he's fine, go sleep. Well, you did get arrested for drunk driving, but I mean, like, let's give him a ride home. I'm like, now it's like,
Yeah.
it's, you're 08 and you're like, you're going to jail.
That's this girl though. Like she said, the cops told her no. I would have flipped a switch on that cop.
Right.
Like I called you for help
Right.
with somebody who is in a real poor shape, and you are going to help me.
Yeah,
Your
I-
mission is to serve and protect, and you're doing neither.
Plus, to be fair, cops don't clean their own cars out. It's not like he had to clean it. The inmates at the Kent County Jail clean their cars.
But then he
Has to go swap it out.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot of work. So,
Boo. It's your job.
Again, we don't have the full story, and
Right.
there's likely some details missing.
Yes, I'm sure.
But again, I when I read the story, it's like, as I said before, the thing I really liked is she didn't just leave her in the street.
Yes.
I
It
would
is
never have
admirable.
done that. Now, have I pulled up to people and saw them stumbling and canceled the ride and moved on because I knew that they were my ride?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
I
have.
watched a girl puke on her way to my car and her friend carry her towards me, and I rolled the window down. I was like, no, thank you. Rolled it up and left.
Yeah, I mean, you got to protect yourself. I mean, obviously, once she was in the car, it's kind of, you're on the hook now.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yes, sir. Did you read this next one?
I kind of did.
Because I missed this one.
I skimmed. We talking about the Ryan Graves?
Yes.
Okay, so it's kind of a feel-good story. I feel like it's the first employee of Uber, which is who is now a billionaire, and kind of it was a fun story of how he got the job, and he actually got it on a tweet. They call it a $1 billion tweet. Travis Kalanick, I don't know if I'm saying that name right.
It's pretty close.
Back in January 5 of 2010, he goes, looking for entrepreneurial product manager, biz dev killer, for a location-based service. Pre-launch, big equity, big peeps involved. Any tips? And then Ryan Graves, he goes, hey, here's a tip. Email me, gravesryan@gmail.com. So, and I guess he did. And yeah, the rest is history, I guess they say. Basically, Ryan, he wrote, what he's saying here. He said that Graves hit the ground running at Uber after he was hired. From the day he got going, we spent 15 to 20 hours a week working together, going over product, driver onboarding, pricing model, the whole 9 yards. He learned the startup game fast and worked his arse to build the Uber team and make the San Francisco launch and subsequent growth a huge success. So basically, that's the gist of it, and it's pretty cool.
Never hurts to put yourself out there.
Well, it's interesting.
Absolutely
His
not.
email was like just his name at Gmail. Like, where was he working somewhere else, or maybe I don't know. It's always weird when some random person with a Gmail account. Like when we get Gmail accounts for like solicitation, we're like, that's sketch. If you don't spend the $5 a month to get a real email, but it is kind of fun when someone tweets like that and they're like, oh, now how much
Right.
is he worth? He's
billion?
worth more than $1 billion.
Yeah.
Right. But that's
Yep.
because the first employees also got ownership, right? So they
Right.
would get, so.
Interesting.
Graves' tenure at Uber included an almost year-long stint as the CEO and an almost 7-year run as the senior vice president of global operations. So
Yeah.
it's not like he was just doing, sales all the time. So
There's a video on this article that says,
it wasn't me that time.
No. Will you stop tapping your foot?
That wasn't my foot. I dropped my phone.
else?
Oh.
There's a video on here that
Okay.
says, I love that. It just makes me laugh when I can do that. It's just a video in this article that says this New Yorker makes up to $540 a day driving for Uber, Juno, and Lyft.
So do we believe that? I mean, yeah, he's in New York, right? But do we believe he makes $514 a day, $40 a day?
Not
I
with
mean,
that beard.
That's what I was hearing you
mean-
could do back in the day, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
on some
it's
days,
just-
but
I don't know. It's just a random video that they put. You know how
Right.
they're trying to get you to
Yep.
click through the website.
Yeah.
Who
Say,
knows? It
on
could be.
Saturday, though, in our market, I can make $250 a day.
on a Saturday I can make $350.
Right. So if you're
You know.
talking New York and you're talking Saturday, yes.
Maybe.
Monday, I don't know.
Yeah. How's Bragging Camp, Jesper?
Well, I don't do it every weekend.
Let's skip the next one. We're kind of running long. The next one's kind of about AB5, which Steve touched on.
Yep.
All right, so the next picture, Ben, when you get a chance.
I have all the chances in the world.
I know I'm probably going to get some hate for this. I probably should have blurred the kid's face out.
Whatever.
I don't know. No one's ever
Whatevs.
going to know. I don't even know where this picture is, so it's like the chances are.
Yeah. That City Trends could be literally anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know what that is. But it's like this random lady. Now,
Doesn't look like she has any teeth.
yeah, okay,
No.
what else do you see about this picture?
I mean,
She
the
has a
child's in a car seat.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
good job, lady.
There's a siren on the lawnmower.
That's a light, not a siren, but
A flasher thing in
a
my
flasher.
Yeah.
So my question, I think the only reason she put a car seat in there is to keep the kid from climbing out. I bet that thing's not even strapped in.
Probably
I mean, the
not.
kid's strapped in, so at least he's going to stay in the dump cart.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what to say.
Tires are looking a little worn.
Yeah, I'm like, how many
What
five
if you
things?
get hit? Like,
Dead.
you're both toast.
Dead.
Yes.
And what's up with the purple hair in the mirror?
I think someone was just trying. I think someone has purple hair.
Yeah, the girl
Cool.
who took the picture.
I'm pretty sure she's not wearing a bra. I mean, those things are looking hanging pretty low.
Okay, moving on.
Oh,
I
there
got
it
it.
is.
I got it.
Okay. Oh, this is weird. This next article. This driver charging the missing toddler. It basically sounds like
I don't think we have all the facts in this one yet.
It's pretty bizarre.
The child's dead, unfortunately.
Oh, I didn't see the update on
Yesterday.
that.
Yeah, they found her yesterday.
A woman in his custody as a toddler is missing from a child's father. So the driver abducted his daughter on Saturday evening, and let's see. Paul Johnson was riding in a car with Lyft and Uber stickers with his daughter and two friends, according to the complaint. The driver of the car was blah blah blah, a woman whom Johnson was in the beginning of it.
I know I save money by bundling with USA. Home, auto, life insurance, anything we get, we get.
Go on.
That was interesting. You could mute that site like that's quick. Basically, they're in a relationship. The couple became acquainted over social media the past few months and spent several hours together with Johnson's daughter and a friend on Saturday before an argument ensued. Okay, let's get to the deets here.
So she was not working for Uber at the time.
Oh, she wasn't.
No, she just had a sticker in her window, so that's how she's being classified.
Yeah,
she was not on a platform.
So this is clickbait then.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I got
But yes, she was dating the father apparently, and they had a disagreement. Now she's claiming the father sold the child and she just transported it. The father saying she sold the child. I don't know if there's even proof of this $10,000 existing yet.
But the kid's dead.
Yes, they did find the body.
Ugh,
So
wrong with people.
that's depressing. Anyways,
yeah,
apparently
there's
this
going to be
is
some more things rolling
Yeah.
out with this.
and all these news articles we'll post on the website. It's not currently up there now, but okay. I'm sorry, I got sucked in with that one. I thought she was driving for Uber at
No,
the time.
I did too until I read the second article and it clarified that
Okay.
Uber and Lyft confirmed she was not on the platforms.
Well, at least for that.
Yes.
Next picture is is that where it dumped right? That's so bizarre that it happened. You must have bumped something.
I don't know.
Well, there are a ton of plugs over there, but why is it so rickety that it's going to
Right.
dump? The next picture is this is what we talked about earlier about having so many snacks and
Do you think maybe it surged when he pulled your little nightlight out and plugged his laptop in?
nightlight. Oh,
Or air
that
freshener?
air freshener.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, there's a lot plugged in down here, but either way,
Okay,
it
sorry.
could be a coincidence.
Yeah.
Could
I'm
be.
sure it was.
Jesper's got a lot of static electricity.
I do have a tin container in my car that has compartments like this middle one does.
Oh, do you? You put it out for
I do hit or miss.
Depending
Usually
on,
just
like-
on Saturday nights.
okay.
Do you leave it in the middle of the seat?
I put it behind the console because I have two captain seats. So right behind the middle console, there's room for it.
Right.
Where people step?
No, they don't step there. It can tuck underneath the console a little bit.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's
it's out of the way enough.
It's out of the way.
Okay.
And people will see it and they're like, whoa, is that for us? It's like, yeah.
I get that a lot. I have a little, it's meant to be like a portable cup holder thing you can hang up anywhere in your car.
Okay.
It's a little black
Yeah.
fabric thing, and I just fill it with candy.
Okay. I mean, each to his own. This guy's going a little buck nutty.
That's a bit overboard.
Although it clearly
Some
does.
frozen Gatorades too.
Well, that's what I was saying. Clearly, it's cold or something because it's got frost on the outside.
Well, what if you have more than two passengers?
Yeah, I know. What do you
where
do?
Right.
Where do they sit?
I don't know. Maybe that was just a photo shoot. I have to say, his seats look incredibly clean.
Yes.
Yeah.
For cloth
For being
seats.
cloth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The car I'm looking at now has cloth seats.
Ooh.
I know. I'm going to get seat covers.
Ooh.
So back in the day, I once handed out. I kept a cooler in the trunk of my Honda Civic, and I had iced water bottles back there, and I handed them out.
I did it one summer.
I thought about I want to make money. Like if I'm doing it, I want to make a profit.
I got mad tips that night.
I would be like at the beginning of the night, I'm gonna sell energy drinks, $5 a can. Like they're already like $3. I'm making a $2 profit on it.
I had the little mini water bottles.
Okay.
And initially I was like, well, just charge them $1, whatever. Or if they show me they're putting $1 tip in the app, yeah, they can change it, but I'll take it. But eventually we just tried giving them away, and honestly, it was just not a busy weekend. It was a holiday weekend, and we couldn't even give them away. We weren't busy enough.
Yeah.
Because Mom did it during the day.
I figure energy drinks at the beginning of the night, water at the end of the night.
That's
But
solid.
I don't know. That's why I want to get cargo in here. So, hey, what's the tip? No one put a tip in. I even asked 24 hours in advance.
I know,
Sam
but
has a tip.
Yeah, but that's crap.
I did have another one I was thinking of, and
Well,
I lost
it's not
it.
crap. It's just...
It's not really a tip. It's more sarcastic than anything.
Yes.
Okay, who's coming up with a tip? It's not me. Ben?
Uh,
What is that freaking noise?
It's not me.
it's Ben fidgeting.
Well, this sucks. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
I thought about it.
Tip time. Okay, we need tips, guys. Come on.
What's a tip?
Yep.
I mean, we're coming up on winter. Get your car checked.
My furnace company reached out and said I need to get my tune-up. I mean, I guess we're going to skip that tonight.
I mean, I'll give you my sarcastic tip.
That's fine.
I mean, don't total 2 cars in 10 days, guys, because that's what I did.
Yeah.
Well, the first one wasn't even hardly. It was not your fault at all.
Neither of them really were, but
no.
I mean,
the
in the
second
eyes
one
of the
was
law.
your fault.
no. The person who
Sam.
stopped when they shouldn't have.
Sam, you have
I
to have
don't
a
care.
clear distance.
And I did.
No, you didn't.
I
Because if you
did.
did, you wouldn't have hit him.
No, I did.
Here's your tip. Don't argue with Jason because
I don't care. I'll argue with Jason all I want.
I'm just saying, you clearly were too close.
I was back very far. Very far.
Not
and
far
I still
enough.
could not brake in time.
Because she was on Telegram before she saw the brake
No,
light.
I was not.
Stop playing with that thing.
She was on
Ben.
Tinder. So Chris actually has a real tip, and we've talked about this before.
Oh,
Basically,
such a good tip.
keep your car cool at night to prevent pukers. And if you do have a puker, roll down all your windows.
That's, the smell is so
Well,
bad.
if you do think you're going to get a puker, just,
No. Yeah, that true too. But when the smell hits, it's just like,
Yeah.
it's so bad. But breakaway night, I forgot to talk about. I did freeze this. I had a ride to Allendale, and that's when I called it a night at like 1:30. I mean, it was already like 65 out. I put it on ice cold, full blast in the back. The one girl was fine. The other girl was that needed the bag, and no one complained about the cold air. I mean, I was cold,
Right.
But I mean, we've all been drinking, and it's like, this cold air. I need to.
Yeah.
When I'm hungover, I just lay on the bathroom floor, and it's so cold. It feels so
I
good.
had another save by the bag on
Yeah, you did. I saw- that's right.
Breakaway
We
night,
didn't do stories.
Yeah, we did.
Well,
We didn't
briefly.
do it. Say, I didn't remember hearing Jasper's.
Yeah, I remember him saying that. We talked about breakaway mostly,
And
but
yeah.
you had a save by the bag.
I did.
Did
Save
they
by the
take it
bag.
with you?
Oh,
Take
yeah.
it with them? Did
I-
they tip you?
I don't know. I
You don't know?
No.
Okay. Yeah, keep your car cool at night. Kim Key Ling, please give me the right address. Don't give me the wrong address. You wrong. Okay, I don't know what that's about, but all right, let's jump into Facebook shenanigans. Sam did one, but didn't tell me. So
'Cause I posted it right after you asked for it.
right, I
But
didn't know that's what it was. So I have in here. These are actually interesting ones. So I have a question: is Lyft still giving out Lyft lights, which would be the amp? I've seen a lot of people say they are on back order, but is that true, or do they just stop giving them out? If they tell the driver, okay, I'm copy and pasting these, so when I read them, they tell the driver, oh, it's on back order because they feel that new drivers won't drive as much. Who knows? That's not it.
No.
They're stopped doing it because they're cutting costs.
right.
They're actually even getting rid of that accelerated rewards program. They're bringing
They are.
another one in. But
Yeah,
I
they're
don't,
doing something different.
So Peter from our market actually went to the, I guess it was a bar when Lyft was here.
Oh,
and they
like
asked,
that
yep,
meetup.
They asked him that
It
particular
was a
question.
root beer place.
Yeah. Right, yeah, will be replaced, whatever. And so, but they specifically said that the IPO is what made them stop. So
Right.
when they're doing the IPO, yeah.
I mean, I have one.
Yeah.
Sometimes I plug it in. Sometimes I don't.
Yep.
CC has mine, so
You don't need it.
I know.
Maybe next year.
Well, you know, probably not.
By the time you can drive for Lyft, there'll be literally no surge. It'll be we're making $1
Yeah.
an hour.
We do need to celebrate Larry. Larry got his 1K jacket
He
today.
did finally. I didn't think they were going to give him that. I feel that's.
Good job, Larry.
I feel like those are.
Mine's been ordered for 2 months.
Really? I would send him another email.
Yeah, I will.
Tweet at them.
I don't tweet.
You don't tweet?
I don't have a Twitter.
You don't have a Twitter account?
Tweeter?
Twitter's awesome.
I know how the basics of it. I just don't
I
do
get
it.
all my news there.
So that explains a lot.
Not my rideshare news. I just love this freeze frame. Jesper.
It's just stuck there.
I feel like we need to screenshot that and like this is when Jesper broke the podcast.
Make a meme out of it.
Yeah. Okay, last one, and then we're out of here. Did anyone else get an email about earning $2?
Justin have my. Okay,
I'm sorry. I'm like, what's going on? I thought he had a question or a comment, so I stopped.
Here's my amp.
Oh, how does he have it?
I don't know.
Cece probably sold it to him. She probably made money on it. Did anyone else get an email? This is in the Grand Rapids market, these last two, by the way. Did anyone else get an email about earning $2 extra per trip for the 2nd through the 6th at certain times location? It says to see promotions at, but nothing is there. Did you guys get it?
Yeah.
I got it too. There's nothing there. You didn't get the email?
Nope.
But you got that. What wasn't there an email tonight about the loan thing that I never got?
Well,
Yeah, I didn't get that either. But I got the $2 one, and I checked my promotions. And
I've
there's
checked it
nothing
like
there.
3 times. Not that
So interesting. I got an email from Uber stating that they were looking at adding new features to the app, and if I wouldn't mind taking this very little 5-question questionnaire, and I did, and it was all about mini loans. So it's basically they're getting into offering mini loans to drivers, and it seemed like it was all kind of. The sizing they were offering was weird. It's like everything less than $100. It's like, why would you want to borrow $100?
Well, when people, there's an app called Dave, I think, and he'll give you $75, and it's just a quick 75. I think some of the drivers that are living paycheck to paycheck, I mean, some of them cash out multiple times a day.
Yeah. Like if you need a tank of gas to keep driving that night, you might take one. Yeah. Yeah.
So did they say anything about interest rate or anything?
No. But they did say what would be more important for you. You know, I mean, payment terms or rates and fees and that kind of stuff.
Payment terms.
Yeah, and how much? And it was like less than $100.
I want to say
there was different tiers that they
it
asked.
was tiered. What what level would you want to borrow? It's like I wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't either.
But you know, what came to mind was this whole thing. So what happens if you
don't pay it
for a time? No.
Oh, sorry.
What happens if you for a time lose your ability to drive? So like, is the idea with that? Is it more of a way to get by until you can drive again, kind of thing, like a loss of wages kind of thing? Is that what they're trying to?
You got to
solve?
talk into the mic.
Is that what they're trying to solve? Sorry,
Yeah.
I was sitting
So like
back.
for me right now, I haven't driven in 2 weeks.
So for you, sorry, I'm an interrupt the asshole
No, you're
right
good.
now. For you, we're actually working with us. Hopefully by next podcast, we have them on that would have helped you in that
Right.
pitch for money.
Yeah.
I'm
Thanks.
serious.
Now,
It just they came out to us, so we're
Yeah.
like this would have worked great for Sam.
It's
Yeah.
a very, very cool new product, I think.
It was
Yeah.
great for full-time drivers
Okay.
in those kind of situations.
but yeah, that's the. It could have been potentially. I could have gone to Uber, and be like, "Hey, I'm going to have a car in 2 weeks. Can I get $500? You know, what are the terms? What are we doing?" And you take $50 out of each of my weekly payouts or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the problem. People are going to take these loans, and then Uber's going to get their money.
Yeah.
You go out and drive, they're just going to take your money.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
You're
That
going to
Monday, when the pay period starts over, your first 10 rides are going to show up as 0 because they've just taken them.
right. But the problem is if you do that and they agree, let's say to 25 a month or whatever it is, they can change it at any time and be like, yeah, we're collecting all our money now, so that you could drive for like a whole week for free, and then you're already in the same position. Don't take the loans.
Now it's not that different. It's back before. Probably 2 years ago. I've had the Uber debit card for a long time.
Yeah,
and early on they used to, and I used it like that. They would let us overdraw the card, if you will, for gas.
You still can.
And then
oh really?
And then
Yes, you can overdraw.
You just
$100.
pay it back at your next paycheck. Yeah.
I thought it was you earned it back per ride, like you were negative. And
No. So once they do your payout again, they will just take it that way.
I'm sure if you stopped paying out to that card after a couple of weeks, they would then take further action to get the money back. But
because I feel like Kevin would always tell me like, oh, my first 10 rides are.
That might have been more of a mental thing, like he's working for free because he knows he's paying for it, and then
okay, maybe that's it. But yeah. Yeah, I think I don't know if that's a good idea. I wouldn't do it. But
so Justin's saying that's the gas card was that way. And yeah, I didn't have the gas card. I had the debit card. So
yeah.
Oh, there was a specific gas card and a debit card? I don't know.
I know Lyft had a gas card. I know that. I didn't use that. I had a Uber gas.
Yeah,
I had an Uber debit card.
I am interested to see. Lyft's supposed to have a debit card too. I'm interested to see. I still can't get that damn card from GoBank. If you go to my Uber account, it literally has a GoBank number, but I don't have a GoBank card. I don't know what is going on.
And even calling GoBank with that number, they couldn't figure it out?
They said you don't have anything here. So, anyways.
Okay.
Well, thank you guys so much.
We got through it on the struggle bus.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry about the technical difficulties.
Yeah, I had a video and all that stuff, but there's nothing we can do. We figured out we can't split screen right in the middle of the show.
Yep.
So I guess if it's off, it's off. And yeah. So thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you guys so much for listening to the GR Rideshare Adventures podcast. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Again, this episode was sponsored by CarStar Impact of Cascade, located at 5566 36th Street Southeast in Grand Rapids. Give Steve a call at 954-9200. Again, they have been our first sponsor and have been going strong for about 6 months. Please support our sponsors. It really helps the team at GR Rideshare Adventures to continue doing what we love to do. Bye.